income from salary. So here the details given of Chandrasekhar is working in a Rajesh Export Limited. His salary income particulars are as under. Compute income from salary. Basic salary is 19,500. DA is 8,000 per month. Entertainment allowances 25,000 per annum. Medical allowance 2,000 per month. Bonus 10% of basic pay. During the year, he received a cash gift of 65,000 and a laptop worth 35,000. Rent-free furnished accommodation is provided in Pune city. Population is 37,56,000, for which rent paid by the employer 10,000 per month, and cost of the furniture provided is 2,30,000. A small car is provided for personal and official purpose, and all expenses is paid by the company. Mobile phone bill paid by the employer 55,000. His contribution to recognized provident fund is 12% of salary, and employer's contribution is 13%. He paid profession tax 2,400. Now let's see the computation of income from salary of Mr. Chandrasekhar. So, computation of Mr. Chandrasekhar's income from salary for the assessment year 2019 and 20. Basic pay is 19,500 per month, so multiplying by 12, so 2,34,000. Bonus is 10% of basic pay, that is 23,400, and employer contribution to RPF in excess of 12% salary, that is 1% of 2,34,000, so the amount is 2,340. Allowances, DA 8,000 per month, so in the for a year 96,000. Entertainment allowance is 25,000 per annum. Medical allowance 2,000 per month, and for 12 months that is 24,000. Perquisites, rent-free furnished accommodation 68,960. Motor car 32,400. Gift from employer 65,000 plus 30,000, together 95,000. So income from salary, gross salary is 6,01,100. Deductions, standard deduction section 16(1)(a) 40,000, and profession tax 16 subsection 3 2,400 are given as deduction. So 42,400 the deductions. The total income from salary is 5,58,700. Now see the working notes, how the above values are calculated. Entertainment allowance, the assessee is a non-government employee, so no deduction is allowed. Now calculation of rent-free accommodation value. Rent-free accommodation basic pay is 2,34,000. Bonus 23,400. Entertainment allowance 25,000. Medical allowance 24,000. So total salary is 3,06,400. Now calculating the value of unfurnished accommodation, which is the least of the following two amounts. Rent paid by the employer 10,000 into 12 months, that is 1,20,000. and 15% of salary. Why 15% of salary? Because the population of the city is more than 25 lakhs. So 15% of 3,06,400 is 45,960. Value of unfurnished accommodation is 45,960. So now we have to add the furniture value, that is 10% of 2,30,000. That is 23,000. Now total value of free accommodation is 68,960, which is taxable. And motor car salary income is more than 50,000. Hence the car perquisite becomes taxable. Small car is provided and it is used partly for official and partly personal, and for the personal use expenses are paid by the employer. So car value is 1800 per month. 12 months multiplied with 1800, 21,600, and driver salary 900 per month, that is 12 for 12 months, that is 10,800. So total value is 32,400. Gift from the employer, gift received in cash, it is fully taxable, and the gift received in kind up to 5,000 tax free. So the tax free value is of laptop is 30,000. Now another example, Surya Prakash is working in limited company. His monthly salary is credited in saving bank account of SBI branch. Compute the taxable income from salary. Basic pay is 13,500 per month. CCA is 2,100 per month. Traveling allowance is 24,000 per annum. 8% is for discharging official duties. And reimbursement of medical expenses spent in unrecognized hospital 31,000. Rent-free furnished accommodation is provided in city. Population of 2.8 lakhs for 12 months, and the employer is owning the building. Furniture 60,000 worth is provided for 10 months. Telephone bill of the residence paid by the company is 32,000. Telephone company presented a gold ring with 31,000 and a gift check 11,000. His contribution to RPF is 15% of salary, and employer contributes 12%. Let's see the solution. Computation of income from salary of Surya Prakash for assessment year 1920. Particular salary basic pay is 13,500 per month. So for 12 months it is 1,62,000. Contribution to RPF 12% of salary, that is 48,60. Allowances CCA is 21,000 per month. So for 12 months that is 25,200. Traveling allowances 20% unspent, that is 4,800. Perquisites rent-free furnished accommodation 19,400. Reimbursement of medical expenses 31,000. Gold ring 26,000. Gift check 11,000. The total income is 2,84,260. Standard deduction is given 16(1)(a), that is 40,000, and profession tax is paid 2,500. So totally after deduction 2,41,760 is the income from salary. Now let's see the rent-free accommodation. Calculating the salary, basic pay is 1,62,000 and CCA is 25,200 and traveling expenses are 4,800. The total becomes 1,92,000. So calculating the value of unfurnished accommodation first. The accommodation is owned by the employer in a city where population is 2.5 lakhs. Perquisite value is 7.5% of salary. So 1,92,000 into 7.5%, that is 14,400, and adding the furniture value 60,000 per 10 months, 10%, and for 10 months that is 5,000, and total value is 19,400. Employer contribution to RPF, actual contribution 15%, less exempted 12%, the annex exempted 3% is chargeable. So 3% of 1,62,000 that is 4,860. Reimbursement of medical expenses, amount is spent on a recognized hospital is fully taxable. Gold ring gift given by the employer in kind is allowed as exemption up to 5,000. Hence, 26,000 is taxable. Gift check given by the employer either in cash or in convertibles is fully taxable without giving any basic exemptions. Today's topic is profits in lieu of salary. So if the employer pays any amount instead of salary, it is known as profit in lieu of salary. So here profits in lieu of salary includes any compensation due or received in connection with the termination of the service or modification of the service conditions. So these profits are received when there is a upgradation in services or modification in services or at the time of termination of services. Any amount received from the present or former employer in the appreciation for services. So here the appreciation for employee is also called as profit in lieu of salary because it is not included salary. It is the extra amount than the salary which the employee will receive. Refund from unorganized provident fund. If the employee is paid anything for his provident fund in past, if he is receiving in previous year, it is also called profit in lieu of salary. The following are not to be included under the head of profit in lieu of salary. The excess amount over the exempted limit is taxable as salary income. So here also the excess income is charged under income tax. Death cum retirement gratuity. So gratuity means a gracious period made by the employee to his employer to his employee services rendered. Gratuity is paid on the eve of retirement, becoming incapacitable prior to retirement, on termination of employment, death or resignation. In these situations, the employer will pay gratuity which the employee rendered his services. For the state government employees, 12 lakhs is exempted. For central government employees, 20 lakhs is exempted. For private employees, gratuity calculated according to Act. So, according to Act, private employees' gratuity is calculated. Next, commutation of pension. Actually, the pension is paid in periodical period for every month for the employees who retired from his services. But if the pension is paid in a lump sum amount, that is called commutation of pension. So this commutation of pension is given to the employee at the end of his services or at the retirement time. Commutation pension is fully exempted for government employees. Government employees include state and central government. For non-government employees, there are two conditions. According to that, the gratuity is exempted. If they are receiving gratuity, 1/3 of computed value of total pension is tax free. So from total amount which they received, 1/3 is exempted and the 1/4 is calculated tax on 1/4. If they are not receiving gratuity, 1/2%, that means 0.5% commuted value of total pension is tax free. That means 50% tax free, and on 50% the employees has to pay tax. Next is treatment of leaves in salary. So employees are entitled to various types of leaves: casual leaves, earned leaves, privileged leaves, and medical leaves. Generally, leaves are two types. That the leaves may be availed otherwise lapsed. Example: casual leaves. That means employee has to avail the leaves. Otherwise, those the remaining leaves are lapsed at the end of the period. Next, the leaves gets accumulated year after year. Example: earned leaves, privileged leaves. Encashment of leaves for government employees are fully exempted, but non-government employees it is taxed at least of the following: cash equivalent to balance of the leave period, unveiled leave in the time of retirement, subject to ceiling on the basis of maximum 30 days leaves every year of services. So 10 months of average salary, actual amount received, and 3 lakhs. So least of the three is exempted. So refund from statutory provident fund and recognized provident fund. So annual actual amount received is fully exempted in this case. Now next topic is deduction from salary income. Here standard deduction is provided according to section 16 1A. This deduction is compulsory one for the person having income from salary. It is also known as statutory deduction. This deduction is at least of the two following: gross income from salary or 40,000. So here the least is deducted because 40,000 is deducted. This is a statutory deduction. And next is entertainment allowance, section 16 subsection 2. This allowance is allowed only for government employees. For the other employees, the deduction is least of the three: 20% of salary, next actual amount of allowance received and receivable, and rupees 5,000. Salary means basic pay only. Profession tax or employment tax, section 16 subsection 3. Profession tax, actual amount paid will be allowed as deduction. If the tax is due but payment is not yet made, then it shall not be allowed as deduction. These are the deductions which are deducted from the income from salary. Proforma of computation of income from salary. Here there are particulars and amount columns are there. Salary includes basic pay, bonus, fees, commission, employer contribution to RPF in excess of 12% of salary, and excess of interest on RPF over the exempted rate 9.5%, contribution made by employer to employee under new pension scheme. Basic pay means the minimum pay for a cadre, and bonus means if the employer giving bonus to employees, that bonus. Fees, if employee getting any fees from employer for his services, and commission, it is also a part of cadre. Then if a employee getting commission, so it is also included in salary. And contribution, which is paid by employer, 12% of salary for employee, and if he is getting the interest on RPF, it is also be added in salary, that is 9.5%, and contribution made by employer to employee under new pension scheme. If the employee comes under pension scheme, and every month the employer will contribute to the pension so it is also included in salary. And next is allowances. So first and foremost is dearness allowance, and it is common and it is taxable. Next is dearness pay, it is also taxable. And CCA, city compensatory allowance, that means other than four metro cities are Kolkata, Chennai, Bombay and Delhi. The other city and towns employees are given city compensatory allowance, that is also unexempted allowance. And house rental allowance exempted, there will be a limited exempted, unexempted amount is taxable. And entertainment allowance is also unexempted amount is taxed. And perquisites rent free accommodation is taxable, and insurance paid by the employer is also taxable. And provision for domestic servant, so it is personal purpose, so it is taxable. And profits in lieu of salary, so these profits in lieu of salary, as we discussed, the employee will get at the retirement day. So compensation received on termination, that amount is added to salary. And transferred balance URPF to RPF, so altogether becomes gross to income from salary. From this we have to make deductions as standard deduction under section 16(1)(a), and entertainment allowance under 16(2) subsection 2, and professional tax under section 16 subsection 3. So after deduction it is called as income from salary. This is the pro forma of calculating income from salary for employees. Now let's see one example. So here are the particulars of Bhanu Prasad. So from that we have to calculate the income from salary and taxable income. So here tax liability. So here basic pay is 13,500 and per month, and bonus is 30,000. Dearness allowance is 2,500 per month, and CCA city compensatory allowance is 3,000 per month. Entertainment allowance is 1,600 per month, and house rental allowance is 3,500 per month. So actual rent is paid in Guntur 2,400 per month. So the employer provided the following. One is credit card of Andhra Bank for personal use, and the employer paid membership of 500. Payment of bill is 9,500. So the employer paid the following bills for personal use: cell phone 17,000, electricity 10,500, water is 1,600, and club bill is 7,400. The employer, on the occasion of Sri Bhanu Prasad's birthday, presents wristwatch worth 2,500 and cash prize is 4,500 for achieving the sales target. And a small car for his office and personal use is provided, and all the expenses are paid by the employer. The following are the deductions from salary. Professional tax is 4,140, income tax is 2,500. So now let's see the working notes first. First let's see the computation of Bhanu Prasad income from salary for the assessment year 2019 and 2020. Here salary includes basic pay and bonus. Basic pay is 13,500 per month, that is becomes 1,62,000, and bonus is 30,000. So allowances are dearness allowances is getting 2,500 per month. By multiplying 12, that becomes 30,000 per year. And house rental allowance is after exemption 29,400, and CCA city compensatory allowance is to 3,000 per month, that is 36,000, and entertainment allowance is 1,600 per month, and that is 19,200. So perquisites, credit card is personal use, so it is taxable. Gifts, the wristwatch is exempted, and the cash is taxable. Electricity and water bill is 12,100 together, and club bill 7,400, and motor car 2,000, 21,600. So there is no any profits in lieu of salary. So the gross salary is 3,62,200, and standard deduction, deductions we have to make. Standard deduction is 40,000. Entertainment allowance is fully exempted because there is no any unexempted amount. So professional tax is 4,140. So after deducting 44,140, the income from salary is 3,18,060. So now let's see how the allowances are calculated first. So house rental allowance, salary is 1,62,000, and 10% of salary is 16,200, and rent paid is 2,400 into 12 months, that is 28,800. The assessee is paying rent of the house, so exemption can be given. He is living in Guntur, so other exemption at least of the following 3. So actual allowance received is 3,500 into 12 months, that is 42,000, and rent paid minus 10% of salary. Rent paid is 28,800 minus 10% of salary is 16,200. So the remaining amount is 12,600, and 40% of salary is 64,800. So least of the 3 actual rent received is 42,000. So here giving list of the following, that means exemption is allowed, that is 12,600. So unexempted amount is 29,400. It is taxable. So entertainment allowances, that is the assessee is non-government employee, so employee deduction not allowed. So credit card, if the employee provides a credit card to an employee or his family members, then it becomes taxable perquisite to all employees. Perquisite value, actual amount paid by the employee is 10,000. Employer is 10,000. Payment of cell phone bill, the employer pays cell phone bill, then it is and tax-free perquisites. So payment of electricity and water bill, the employer pays electricity and water bill of the residents, then it is taxable perquisite to all employee. The value of perquisite's actual amount received by the employee by employer, that is electricity bill is 10,500, water bill is 1,600. So total together 12,100 is taxable. Club bill, if the employer pays the club bill, then it becomes taxable perquisite. The perquisite value is 7,400, which is added in the gross salary. Gift from employer, so wristwatch is exempted, but in cash, that is 500, that is taxable. And motor car, the salary income after deduction is more than 50,000, hence the motor car becomes taxable perquisite. So the employer owns the car and it is used both for official and personal purpose. So car provided is small one and all the expenses are paid by the employer. So perquisite value is 1,800 per month, that is 21,600 is the perquisite value, and that is also taxable. Standard deduction, the deduction is the list of the following 2 amounts. So gross income from salary is 3,62,200 and second is 40,000. 40,000 is given as example exemption. Profession tax, actual amount is payable, allowed as deduction 4,100. So calculating tax liability. So income tax is 3,18,600 and 5% minus 12,500, that is 3,403. Income tax is 3,403 rupees, and adding the health and educational is 136 rupees. Total becomes the tax liability is 3,539. And TDS, he paid TDS, that is 2,500. So tax payable is 1,040.